Hello traders and welcome to tradingwithbill.com, and yes, I am Bill. Great to be with you today. Yes, I did not have a video yesterday. I had work done on my condo and they went in and out like 4 times yesterday. I was set up 3 times to do this video, and if I don't get this video out by noon my time, it's not going to happen because the internet really goes to crapola and it'll take like 3 hours to upload. So anyhow, we're back today, we're back on it, everything seems to be great. So let's get to it, and let's take a look at what happened yesterday in the markets. Looked like a green day. S&P futures down 0.03%, no big deal. NASDAQ futures down 0.01%. The Dow 30 was up 1.05%. The S&P VIX was down negative 2.91%. Why do you think that is, my friends? Why is the VIX down? Why is volatility down? Volatility's down because of France, right? Traders are on edge right now. They're relieved, I think, and that was pretty evident in the polls on Sunday from France's elections process. And, you know, so pretty interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. The DAX was actually positive 0.37%. The US dollar index is sitting at 99.03. Traders, this cannot get above that 100 level, and that is crucial. We need to get above 100 and sit above 100, all right? What is oil doing? What is our good friend Mr. Oil doing? All right, so WTI is at 49.83 as Brent is at 52.40, and yes, U.S. coffee is down today 0.95%. All right, I guess I have another cup. All right, so let's see what's going on in the economic calendar. We'll get to the charts. So we have 2 holidays today. New Zealand's on holiday and Australia's on holiday, so it makes for a pretty dull Asia session, I have to tell you. And what's going on for the day? Not much, to be honest with you. Actually, the European session is absolutely nothing today. And the U.S. session, we have CB consumer confidence for April, and that's a high impact. And we also have new home sales, which is high impact, coming out in the New York session. And that's, folks, that is it. We do have Australia's CPI quarter-on-quarter high impact tomorrow in Asia. Just keep an eye on that. All right, so that's what's going on there. Let's get to the charts. Let's my chair keeps falling out. Let's take a look at what's happening here. So we talked about the dollar, the euro, pound yen, the beast, last week, and this was the gap from France's election from Sunday into Monday, and this was the gap that we had. And you know, I know you all know this, but remember, gaps get filled. 95% of the time, gaps get filled. And what I've seen in my career as a Forex trader is that gaps get filled usually within that week that the gap has happened, and definitely within 2 weeks. Yeah, some of them do go out longer than that, but not very often. And here's a perfect example of the gap getting filled right away. Right, this was the open of the Asian markets, and just comes up, does a widdly-waddly, comes back down, closes the gap cleanly, and yeah, gaps get filled. So you know, I put this up here just to show you that, but what are we going to do here as far as a trade goes? Well, you want to see this pull back, right? And it's at a good spot to pull back. So you'd want to see this pull back to this 140, 115 area and just like take it from there, right? And yeah, you know, I sort of like it, but I don't. I don't think that's... Yeah, we need to get this pullback. Time is what needs to be watched on this pair today. We don't want to be getting into this pair late. In other words, I don't want this being at the like a London lunch trade, right? We don't want that. We want to get in this trade early in London if this is going to work. We're 2 hours. This is an hourly chart. We're 2 hours into this chart, and this is moving pretty slow. However, the trade is still valid. However, we can get rid of all this other stuff because we're not working with that trade anymore. So that's out of there. So we'll keep an eye on this. Like I said, I'd love to see this pull back up to 140, 140 area, and we can drop that back down. Stake to the sell side. My bias is bearish. What else did we have? The euro. Yeah, let's talk about the euro. Now, this is one that has not closed the gap and is just sideways. Made a fall down here yesterday. I was at my desk through this whole... I think I got at my desk at this red candle here. And so I watched this whole thing yesterday. It's I was in New York till New York lunch, which is 11 p.m. Thailand time, and it's noon on Wall Street. So here we have the euro. It did absolutely nothing, and there's nothing today for it to move as far as a catalyst goes. There's no data. There's nothing going on. So this trade is still valid. We can still look to take this trade with a pullback. But I want to see a pullback outside this range. I'd like to see this back up at the, what is that, 0990, 0995, somewhere in there. And we can take this to the downside. Yeah, that just looks like a good idea to me. But I'd really like to see this above this range, break out of it, and then we can shoot it back to the downside. I really don't want to take this inside this range. Why don't we want to take this inside this range? Left of the chart, we've got this mess here. I don't want to be trading in this. It either needs to pull up or it needs to do a massive break to the downside and give me a retest, and then I would take it to the downside. Okay, so the trade's still open. We're still looking at it. We'll keep an eye on it today. Today, I looked at the Euro Aussie today, and the issue is, as long as this dollar stays below 100, dollar pairs are going to be a little itchy to get into, and I said yesterday to myself that it was a good day to trade on a demo account, right? No live trading yesterday, and it was true. It was horrible markets yesterday. So let's take a look here. This is the Euro Aussie. What I'm looking for here, folks, is I'm looking for this to break this trend line, retest the trend line, and get me down to 1.4320, 4330, and we'll take this to the downside. Looking to take profit at 1.4240. Folks, this is an 80-plus pip trade if it works. Now, out of all the currency pairs except for the Beast, this currency pair has the chance to make it work because it's a good moving currency pair when it's moving, right? Of course, you can see for the last 24 hours, there's not a lot of movement here on this 1-hour chart. So that's what I'm looking for in this pair. Where's my stop going to go? Well, it's got to go with probably 44.20. 44.20, 44.50, somewhere up there, like 30 pip drawdown on this. But that's okay because you got to give it some room. You want to protect yourself of this wick here, right? What's going to happen with this wick here? And this price going to come back up there. I wouldn't think so, but it's possible. But I think the 4,400 area is definitely something to keep an eye on also. Because price is going to get rejected there, and it's going to pull back. It's actually going to drop. Okay, so that's what's going on with the Euro Aussie. That's about it today. New Zealand last week. This trade that we did last week. But look at what happened on yesterday. No gap, and this thing just really did a nice sell-off, but really ugly. Just left of the chart. Like, who wants to trade in this? So this pair really needs to give us some sort of a nice pullback. Maybe retest this high here, this wick, and what's that? 0.7050, and then we can take it back down again. Not gonna fight this though, and you can put a support line here, a support line there. So there's some issues. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Well, friends, that wraps it up for me. Thanks for joining me today, and it's great to be back. And yeah, just be cautious in your trading. I think we can go trade today, and hopefully there's not a lot of data coming out till New York. Hopefully we get something in London, and just look for the open, right? All right, traders, have a great trading day. Catch you next time. Bye-bye. Cheers.